Hello, and welcome to week 9 in this Stitched Circle Show challenge. I am hoping you all are enjoying this challenge so far. I sure am. And I know we started out very easy and not so difficult, and I don't know if it will be more and more difficult. I don't think so, but perhaps some of you will be a little more challenged along the way for doing things you perhaps haven't tried before, or using materials you perhaps haven't tried before. But yeah, we will see. I hope you're enjoying it. And for those of you who just have jumped into this video, this challenge, I explain all of it if you go back to week 1 and look at that video. And under the little word more here under the video, there is a playlist with all the videos for the weeks, and look at the first one. There you can see what it's all about, this Dogma Rule challenge. And there also is a link to the Facebook group where you can be a member if you answer the questions. And there we all can share what we're doing and enjoy each other's works. It is so, I think it's so nice and so lovely to see what you come up with, all of you who participates, because we all have the same rules to work after, and see how different our things perhaps will be. Yeah, and I'm sorry for those of you who have been along all the way. You have to listen to this every time, but just quickly, my name is Lisbeth. I'm a Danish mixed media artist, and I like to do all sorts of things. And I have started this Dogma Rule challenge because I like a good challenge for myself, and why not invite others to participate in it. But enough of me talking, let us start today's fun. As I have said many times before, you don't need such a book. You can do whatever you want to do with your pieces. You don't have to make them the size I'm doing. You could do it in any size you want, but else try to stick to the rules. This is what we did in week 8, and I will just let it be here a little, because now I will tell you the rules for week 9. So you need a black piece of cotton or some other fabric. It doesn't matter what kind of fabric it is. And then you have to paint some small circles in any amount you want, or in any size you want. They just have to be the same size. And you have to paint them in the color of your previous or last week or week 8's color of fabric. Paint as many small circles randomly, if you want, on your black piece of fabric in previous week's color. That was the first rule. The second rule is only to use straight stitches, and meaning that when you have all your small circles, you stitch from side to side, whatever direction and how small or long you want them, but they have to be from line to line in the circle, and how many you will do, that is also up to you. And you will use and you will do exactly the same in the space between the circles. You will also use straight stitches going from where the circle line is and to another place. You can do them overlapping and as many and long and short as you want to do them. This is perhaps a little confusing to understand, but as soon as I start, I think you can see what I mean. And the third rule is, in the colored circles, you use black thread, and in the space between, where there's black fabric, you use two colors you used here in your previous or last week's piece. So it means I will use these colors in the space between, and I will use this color in the circles. For you it will be different because you have probably another color than I have here. But that is the 3 Dogma rules for week 9. And of course I will write them below here under more, and I will also put them in the Facebook group under the tab, under the banner photo for the group. There is some tabs, and there is a tab. In Danish it is called album, but I think in English it is called media, and perhaps some of you can tell me if it's correct. And under there's, I think you have again something called albums, and there I will make an album for every week where I will put my picture of what I've been doing and the text for the Dogma Rules. And I really hope you all will put your pictures in there, because it's so nice to go there and look for all the things that hopefully will be photos of there. If you look back, you can see there are all other albums, and there are, I think it is 17 or 18 albums from the challenge we did some years ago, and there you can find pictures of all the persons who have done the challenges and the text, and it is so funny to look at. If you haven't been doing that, you're welcome to look there also. But enough of me talking, and let us start. I have my black piece of fabric here, and not to damage my felt here, I have taken some little drop cloth, and I will just lay my black piece of fabric here. And the way I want to to paint my small circles is not by freehand. I have a corkscrew here, and I have some lids. That is just options for you. Perhaps you also can make a tin plate or out of cardstock and paint inside that. That is also an option. Do whatever you fancy to do. But I know I want to paint with acrylic paint, and I don't want a big fat layer. Then it can be a little hard to stitch onto. And I know I don't have a color in my acrylic paint like this. So I will try to mix one myself, and mixing these kinds of colors, I don't know if I can hit exactly the same color, but I will try to do it as close as I can. And I will take some yellow, and then I think, if I'm lucky, I will take a tiny black drop here, or I can remove this a little so you can see here. And I think I will put this under here again so I don't damage my... Yeah, it becomes a little more green, I think, but that was perhaps to be expected. And since I don't have any more paint with me here, I will have to live with that color here. And it isn't... I think perhaps I can put a little more yellow in it, if that would help. I think that I started this year with a color mixing video. It is a really funny thing to do. You can look at that if you want to know much more about color mixing. I'm certainly not an expert in it, but I think I will take it all in here and say this is good. It is as good as it gets. So the thing you can do is to paint here with your pencil. No, not pencil. Sorry, I said it again. Shh, you stupid woman. And I have a little piece of cloth here to try before I do it on my black piece. And I will just see, yeah. And to me, this is quite fine. I don't mind that it isn't totally neat and there's a little something you can see up in the of the fabric. But that's up to you. But the thicker the layer you do, the harder it can be to punch into. So let us dare to print on the black paper. So I will just paint here. And if you don't have such a corkscrew, try and find other things in your household you perhaps can use. And I want to find the middle because I want to put my, and I can see now that I have the middle there, and then I would just eyeball it. And then I would just squeeze down. And it is nice to have something soft or something you can squeeze a little into. And there you can see is sitting a nice round circle. And I think I want to make 9. But as I said, you can put them any way you like. You can put them totally random or in a pattern if that's what you want. And now it is a little difficult because I have my phone and my nose is nearly hitting the phone. And I, of course, want to do it as even as I can. So, there, I got a little close to the edge, I think. But that is the way I'm doing it, so I will do the rest of them and let them dry and be back. I think they are so dry now, so we can work, or I can work further, and you can see it seeped a little through, and it was a good choice that I put this under, so I didn't ruin this felt here. So away with this, and let us start stitching. Yeah, and I can also see I have been a little wonky. I could cut a little of this off, but I like the torn edges here, and I'm not sure if I could cut a little of it off that it won't be even more wonky, so I would let it be as it is for now. But yeah, so I will start with the black thread, and I will just take my normal mercerized cotton thread and thread my needle and put a little knot on the back. I don't mind knots on the back when it's on fabric. And now it is perhaps easier for you to see what it is I'm meaning. So I will come up here at the outer line of the circle, and then I will go down a totally random place, but in the circle line like this. There you can see, and then I can come up there and go all over there to the other side someplace. It is up to you where you will do this and how close you will make them, how many you will make, how short or long you will make them. That's your decision. And I think I perhaps forgot to say, if you don't have any acrylic paint, perhaps you can use a Posca pen or something else to paint these circles. Some of you are maybe so lucky you have a black fabric with painted circles in your colors in, but that would really be luck if you have. So, and if some of you likes to use a hoop, of course you will have to cut out a bigger piece than my small ones, but I seldom use a hoop, so for me it doesn't matter that much. And I can say, do I want more? Yeah, perhaps a little one more here. Down here. Since you're stitching here in the line of the circle, that isn't a problem with the acrylic paint, but perhaps another time we will do something where we have to stitch inside the painted thing, and that is important not to have a big fat layer of paint. But mine looks like this, and hopefully yours will look totally different. So I will just jump over to the next one and do exactly the same on my 9 small circles. And I don't expect your circles to be placed like mine or in the same size. You may do that if you want to, but you can do so many other things. So be creative and do it by your intuition, what you think look nice. I have said it many times before, but I think that is a nice thing with these dogma rules here, or these set of rules you set for yourself, or I have set here in the challenge. Then you're going, then you know what to do. And if you're only working by yourself, there is no dogma rule police, so if you're certain along the way break the rules and do something else, that's fine. Then it's not a big deal, because you're going with your work and doing something, and that is the important thing. But here in this challenge, try to stick to the rules as the best you can. And that's being said because I really think it is so funny, not ha 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 funny, laughing funny, to see what we all come up with. Now I don't have any more thread, so I will just weave my ends in here. And this was the second one, and I think I will do a couple of more and show it to you, and then I can show you how I will do. Yeah, oh, I just thought it was paint, but it isn't. It is just a little doodle of something. So I will come back in a short moment. So a lot of circles have got thread on now, and they all look different. It is such a pleasant thing to do, just up and down and totally random. And I have been thinking of all other kinds of things, amongst them things we can do in some of the future challenges. But yeah, it's really nice. There's only the thing to consider, and that is you don't pull or drag too much in your thread, so it has to lie nice and flat. That's the only thing to consider, I think. So and it's nearly impossible to make them the same if you just let go of thinking and just let your hands do the job for you. I can hear it starting raining now. Perhaps you can hear it too. There's some noise on my window here now, and it's getting darker. But I think we can manage here. And you can see it isn't hard to stitch into the place where I have some paint. Let me see if that needs much more. Yeah, I think it needs something down there. And if there's one of the others you think looks like it needs some more, you can always go back. And it is up to you how many stitches you will do and how you will place them. But I think I will stop here. I think that is fine enough here now. And I will just weave my thread in here. I don't care so much about the back like we did in the old black school. So there it is. Nice, nice. Like this. So now I will take my other two colors of thread and I will start doing the same. And I don't think I will go all the way to the corners, perhaps about where the lines of the circle are. But we will see. I think I will start in the middle. I will thread my needle and be back. Ready to go. And perhaps if you like it like this, you could leave it like this. But I think I will try to do what I have put up as rules. So some of these threads will be a little long, so here you really have to be careful not to tie them too much. This is what I was meaning by going from the outer line of the circle to the another outer line of the circle. And perhaps I haven't done this before, so I had no idea how it would look, but perhaps I won't cover it totally. I like to see the black up, but I also like the lines are crossing each other. So this and let me see how it looks. Yeah, I think it looks quite nice. So it is just to continue doing this, and it is again up to you how tight you will make them, or how many you will make, or how much of the black fabric you will cover. Oh, there is a knot on my thread, and I don't like knots on my thread. I don't think I will go any closer to the edge than this here. I mean the edge of the fabric. Let me see. Yeah, I think that looks quite fine. What do you think? Where is my thread there? There will be a lot of jumping around, I think. And you can see you can't do it like, yeah, you could, but don't go over the circle. This would be a long stitch, that one here. But I think you can see what I'm doing, and you can do what you feel for. But I will stitch a little more and be back. I've done about half of it now, and I haven't got much thread left, so I think I will take the other color and do the other half that way. But you can, I had a quite long thread, but you can change wherever you want to change the color. If you want it mixed, or you can also just do the stitches and not so many at the beginning, and use one color and then sew over them with the other color. That is also an option. Yeah, there are many things you can do. So I will start with another color and see how it looks. It is not everything we're doing we end up liking, but we are always learning something about ourselves along the way, what we are liking and what we're not liking. And that is also an important lesson. So I will come up here in the circle and just cross over here. Yeah, there isn't much difference, but there's a little. It is more obvious when you look at them like this, but let me see when I've been stitching a little more. If it would be more obvious. Oh no, knots, please, please, please. I hate knots on my thread. Let me see where this can go. It could go there. Hopefully my voice won't disappear here in the middle of it. But I think I will continue a little more and show you when I'm nearly done. So, done with the other side, and I don't know if you can see the color difference. I can see it, but perhaps it isn't so much, so it was needed with two different colors. But when I look at it now, I can see it needs a little makeover. I think there's missing something there. And I can see here on this side I have come up in the middle there, and I haven't in these 4 places there. So I think I'll see if I can correct it, not correct it, but do it a little differently. So again, I have taken this thread here and do it like this, and come up here. Perhaps it is just me and it's a little overkill, but I think I like it. Yeah, where should we go with it? Perhaps there. So now there's a little more there, and I will do the same up here. So I think I will just weave my thread in here so I can come up here somewhere, not dragging it. Go up here. And I think I will go down here. That was just very close here to the circle line, and I think I will come up here and just go down there. That was too close to this line, so I will pick it up. There, and go up. Let me see here. Go over there instead and hope that is better. Yeah, I think it is. But then you can see you can keep on going with this, and but I think it is okay as it is now. So and it lies flat and nice and not curved up or anything. So I will just secure my ends and find my book and put it in my book. So I will take my book here and see, this is where, and that is a nice thing, I can take it out of the cover while I'm working on it. Put the other side up, the back side, and it looks like a traffic accident perhaps, yeah, but who cares? It's the front it's about. And let me see, I think I wanted this one. I want it this way, I think. And then I will take my double-sided tape, and of course you're welcome to stitch yours in your book if you have a book. You can do whatever you want to do with your pieces. You can also sew them onto a long strip of an old sheet, or you can buy a sketchbook and put them in, or make a box or have a nice box to put them in, and then you can look at them for inspirations sometimes. And here we come to the part where I have to stand up, so sorry. There. There. Yep. And I don't think I need any ironing there. And now perhaps you can see, I will take you a little up here, why I want you to use the same colors as the week before, because I think it makes a nice spread that it has some cohesions. But if you don't do it like this, it doesn't matter, but that is just me. So I will just write the rules here on the back, week 9, and so on. And then I will take some close-ups and kiss you goodbye, if you can say so. I hope you have enjoyed this week's challenge, and I hope it helps you perhaps to see how I do it, and then you can do what you want to do. But if you have been enjoying seeing my videos here and participate in this challenge and want to continue, so please give my video a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing my little Danish channel so we can share the happy message here around to people who also likes to do these sorts of things. So please thumbs up and do all the things you know, and I would appreciate it very, very much. So now I would put my brain in gear again and start thinking about what we should do next week. So I will just say take care, be creative, and see you next Thursday. Bye bye for now.